I've grown up being told you go to kindergarten through 8th grade, then on to high school, college, and you're a grown-up, so time to get a job. I thought the only way to learn was from sitting in a desk in a classroom. I thought that the teacher was all-knowing, what she said was true. I feel that I am not the only student that felt this way. Actually, until attending this class, I felt this way. I thought there was only one way of teaching. I thought that education was the same as learning, but I was wrong. I grew up in a household of 2 teachers and a neighborhood full of Catholic school students. We all kind of learned and thought the same things. It was as if our small neighborhood in Chicago was its own world. Yes, my Catholic grammar school was considered the most diverse out of the 7 surrounding Catholic schools, but that definition of diverse meant a few African American students from the low-income South Side neighborhoods. The rest of the classroom consisted of Irish American white kids. It was not until 8th grade till I learned about some other culture than my own. In our Catholic school, we learned about the Muslim religion and Middle Eastern cuisine and culture. That was kind of the point of me being like, there's more than just my way of life. The very first reading, Essential Essay Number 1 on Education, Training, and Schooling by Richard A. Quantz, really influenced my views on the educational system. When the reading talks about education versus training, it really stuck to me. To teach does not mean to stand in front of a class and spit out information. When that was happening for me, the information would just go one ear and out the other. There's more than reading really changed my view on teaching than taking a test and doing well on it. Education should just be more than that. It should have the aspects of personal experiences and parts of other people's experiences. That reading helped me realize that education is much deeper than how it is perceived. Education is about the student and also about the teacher growing personally, culturally, and psychologically. Another way I've grown throughout the semester is by learning about diversity and what it is. I never truly realized that a student could feel so uncomfortable because of how the classroom was conducted. The topic of othering also stuck with me throughout this course. A student should not feel bad about their background when they are in class trying to learn and grow. Othering pushed me to think of different ways as a teacher that I could change the othering stigma. It should not be up to the student to change anything about themselves, but for the teacher to be open to their backgrounds. A way to change othering is to have the student do a digital storybook just like we are. This gives the student a chance to express themselves and also brag about themselves so they can be proud about themselves and their history. This also gives the teacher a greater vision of their students and their students' home lives. Before this class, I had no desire to ever be in education. But honestly, after learning about all these topics of the education system, it makes me want to do something. Students right now will eventually be working for us in our profession, so they deserve to have the best educational experience because they will be in our future. Wiley have major ideas like critical thinking and digital storybooking out of the typical schooling. We've talked about so many new ways to create a better education, so why aren't we placing them in our system? Quantz said that there's a difference between education and training. As a future teacher, we need to think of ways how we can change learning into education.